Now at 10, two of the three major runways shut down at Ford International tonight. A look at what caused the delays.
The Redskins, it's a term that a lot of people find offensive. And tonight, one school district is talking about removing it from their mascot.
And we've got showers, a few thunderstorms moving into West Michigan. I'll let you know if they're going to stick around for tomorrow.
Anybody could have opened up that garage. I think it's safe to assume that we were all hoping that it was a stuffed animal.
Yeah, but it was the real thing, a 3-foot gator found inside a local apartment complex. What animal control has to say about anybody looking to raise them as pets. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Christian Frank.
And I'm Janice Allen. News at 10 starts now.
From the station with the most local news, Fox 17 News at 10 starts right now.
There's a guy shooting a gun. Shots fired. Shots fired.
For us to be able to apprehend a suspect in just a little over 24 hours after an event takes place like this, it is outstanding police work.
And tonight, that police work continues as they investigate the suspect accused in the bombings in New York and New Jersey this weekend. Police took him into custody earlier today following a shootout.
And tonight he has been identified as 28-year-old Ahmad Khan Rahami, a naturalized U.S. citizen from Afghanistan. Rahami was hospitalized after being shot multiple times during that shootout. 2 officers were also hit but not seriously hurt. The mother of Rahami's youngest daughter told Fox News that he traveled to Afghanistan and Pakistan often, dislikes America, and hates gays. At this point, officials can't confirm if he was radicalized during one of those overseas trips.
Was he acting alone? Did he have co-conspirators? Was there a foreign connection? We said 2 days ago when it started, it was clearly an act of terror. We were not sure whether or not there was an international component, and that's the line of investigation that they're going to pursue now.
In addition to this weekend's bombings, police believe Rahami is also responsible for a group of other pipe bombs that were found in Elizabeth, New Jersey. In all, 29 people hurt in this weekend's blast. They've all been treated and released from the hospital. So far, Rahami has not been charged in connection to the explosions, but he is facing 5 counts of attempted murder of law enforcement officer in a connection to today's shootout. Meanwhile, family members have identified the man who police say stabbed 10 people at a mall in Minnesota this weekend before he was killed by an off-duty officer. They say that 22-year-old Dahir Adan attacked those people, mentioning Allah, even asking one victim if he was Muslim before stabbing him. We're told that Adan is Somali and was born in Kenya as a refugee. Tonight, those in the community say they just can't believe he would do something like this.
We're all shocked, just like you. And we're all grieving just like you. This is an act of an individual.
None of the victims in this attack were killed. An ISIS news agency has said that Adan was a soldier of the Islamic State. However, investigators say they still can't link this attack to organized terrorism.
An emergency call at Ford International Airport tonight, closing down 2 of the 3 major runways.
Scary stuff. Fox 17's Cassandra Arsenault is live in the newsroom now with more on what happened. Cassie?
Christian, Janice, we spoke to a man at a nearby watch park when all this unfolded around 6 o'clock, and we're told that a private plane was having trouble with some of its landing gear, which made for a pretty rough stop. And actually, take a look at this cell phone video right here, recorded just seconds after that plane skidded to a stop. You can see some of the smoke still nearby from that landing, with emergency crews rushing over right after. The witness we spoke to says at first it almost looked like a drill, but then when they saw the plane land, they knew that definitely wasn't the case.
I was here at the airport, and then all of a sudden, like an airplane came down, and it was so hard. He landed really hard, and then he turned sideways, and there was a lot of smoke, and I thought it was a practice.
Now, thankfully, nobody was hurt in all this, and the plane was eventually towed away to a safe spot so that those runways could eventually open back up, and this whole response taking only about an hour. For now, in the newsroom, Cassandra Arsenault, Fox 17 News.
After a day back in the 80s, a mild September night in West Michigan, complete with some beautiful sunsets. They're earlier, but still gorgeous. So when can we expect to have some more fall-like temperatures? Head back into the forecast.
You act like you want to hear that.
I love fall.
Well,
Fall's beautiful too.
Some people still want the heat, right, Joe?
Janice loves fall. She just doesn't love what comes after fall.
There you go.
Exactly, Joe. You know me so well.
I know. Well, we've got some mild weather as we head toward fall. It's going to be actually warmer than average, and then it'll cool off by the time we get to the weekend. What we have going on right now is a line of showers and some isolated thunderstorms trying to move through West Michigan. The thunder has been over the parts of Wisconsin and kind of just falling apart as it crosses Lake Michigan. So we have to include a small chance, at least a rumble of thunder overnight tonight, but I think for the most part, it's just going to be some rain showers. Just getting into Big Rapids right now, Fremont, Muskegon, some light rain. It'll get into Grand Haven shortly. And then tracking this out, this is still about, hour and a half to 2 hours away if it holds together lakeshore areas. Again, there is some lightning in there, but it's pretty much disappearing pretty quickly. So mainly just showers coming through overnight tonight. We got up into the low 80s today. We're still pretty warm for this time of night. 70 Grand Rapids, 67 at Three Rivers, and 73 degrees at Muskegon. Tomorrow, 81, mostly sunny, nice day on the way. A chance of a few showers or storms on Wednesday. 80 for a high, that's well above average in there. The first day of fall, a few storms are possible again on Thursday, but a high temperature about 80 degrees. It will cool off for the weekend. I'll show you that coming up in a couple minutes.
Okay, Joe, thanks. A 10-year-old girl is dead after police say she drowned in Oceana County this afternoon. Officials say Hannah Harris, who's from Lansing, was paddleboarding near the Pentwater Pier at about 4 o'clock today when she fell into Lake Michigan. She was not wearing a life jacket at the time. Hannah was pulled from the water after about half an hour, but crews sadly were not able to revive her.
Today, murder charges issued against a man in Detroit after a police officer he allegedly shot died over the weekend. Investigators say Sergeant Ken Stile was shot last Monday while pursuing Marquise Cromer, who they say had been on an hours-long crime spree that day, which included shooting his own father. Police say Stile was shot in the shoulder with a sawed-off and had been expected to make a full recovery, but suffered a complication in the hospital. He was a 20-year veteran of the force and leaves behind a wife and 2 kids. Well, you may want to let go of that Eggo after all. Tonight, Kellogg's is recalling about 10,000 cases of its Nutri-Grain whole wheat waffles. They could be contaminated with Listeria. The recall affects 25 states, including Michigan. Listeria can cause serious infections in kids, the elderly, and people with weakened immune systems. For more information, just go to fox17online.com. A dangerous intruder captured outside an apartment complex in Comstock Park this weekend.
And this one had a lot of scales. Look at this.
I think it's safe to assume that we were all hoping that it was a stuffed animal.
Yeah, but it sure wasn't. As you can see here this weekend, crews got a call about a 3-foot-long alligator. It was found in a garage at York Creek Apartments. That reptile was removed safely by animal control. It has since been transferred to an undisclosed location to be properly cared for.
Well, your heart stops. You don't really see that kind of thing every day. And they are a little aggressive. This one did snap a few times. And again, alligators can be pretty dangerous, so thankfully nobody was hurt during the process.
Yeah, thank goodness. So far they have not figured out who owned that gator, but say that exotic pets that are not licensed could land somebody in jail for up to 90 days, along with some hefty fines. And in Michigan, animals that fall under the title exotic aren't supposed to be kept outside of shelters or sanctuaries at all.
It's a big boy. Wouldn't want him to surprise me on the way to the car, that's for sure, right?
Yeah.
Well, still ahead at 10, a school district, well, could be sporting a new mascot soon. What parents and